Golf is a game of patience, power, and precision, but every now and then it breaks its own limits. From impossible shots that rewrote the record books to numbers so absurd they've become legend, golf's history is filled with moments that defy belief. These aren't just scores or stats. They're testaments to human endurance, focus, and luck so rare it feels supernatural. Some stories shine with triumph. Others sting with heartbreak. But each one reminds us, greatness isn't always about winning. Sometimes it's about doing the impossible and leaving behind a record that may never fall. Please subscribe my channel. June 2024. Newport Country Club, U.S. Senior Open. A 56-year-old amateur, Frank Benzel Jr. quietly plays his second round. No crowd, no buzz, just focus. At the par 3 fourth hole, 173 yards, he swings a 6-iron and makes an ace. The crowd explodes. Once-in-a-lifetime moment, right? He walks to the next tee. Another par 3, 202 yards. Same club, same tempo. The ball lands, rolls, and disappears again. Back-to-back holes in one in a USGA championship. In more than a century, it had never happened. One ace is lightning. 2 in a row? That's a thunderstorm hitting the same spot twice. Whistling Straits 2021. The Ryder Cup, golf's purest pressure. Captain Steve Stricker needs reliability, and he turns to Dustin Johnson. 3 years earlier, he struggled in Paris. This time, he's flawless, winning Friday morning, Friday afternoon, Saturday morning, Saturday foursomes, and Sunday singles. 5 matches, 5 wins, 0 losses, 0 halves. Only the 5th player ever to sweep the board, and the first American since 1979. In Ryder Cup history, Floro is perfection. Baseball's perfect game in golf form. April 2005, Augusta National. Masters champion Billy Casper tees off for his farewell round, but it turns into a nightmare. Triples on 10 and 11, then the par 3 16th, 5 balls into Rays Creek. He 3-putts for a 14, the highest single-hole score in Masters history. He finishes with a 106.34 over par, the worst round ever recorded at Augusta. He doesn't even sign the card. Officially, it vanishes, but everyone who watched knows it happened. In the year 2000, Tiger Woods played golf from another dimension. He went 110 holes on the PGA Tour without a single bogey. 51 to close the Canadian Open, 59 more at Disney. Nearly 7 rounds of nothing but pars and birdies. The streak stood for 19 years. Jin Young Ko may have reached 114, but Tiger's mark remains the PGA Tour standard. That was Tiger at his purest, dominance without mistakes. May 2012. River Oaks Golf Club in Oklahoma. Ryan Gibson wakes up after a rain delay, barely warms up, and starts his round. He goes out in 26 on the front 9 and just keeps making birdies. When the dust settles, he signs for a 55. Bethpage Black 2025. Europe's point machine, Tommy Fleetwood, stands as one of the most dependable players in Ryder Cup history. With an 11-4-2 record, 12 total points, and the best win percentage among players with 10 or more matches, he's the man Europe calls when they need a sure point. From Mollywood in 2018 to a perfect personal 6-0 in foursomes after 2025, Fleetwood's legacy is simple: cold focus, calm nerves, and relentless consistency. October 2023. Rochelle Ranch in Wyoming. Kyle Berkshire, golf's speed king, unleashes a swing measured at 233 miles per hour ball speed at altitude, with a strong tailwind. The ball carries 512 yards and rolls out to 579.63, the longest drive ever recorded. Later that same day indoors, he hits 241.6 miles per hour on TrackMan, the fastest swing ever tracked. Berkshire believes 600 yards might be possible, but for now 579 stands as golf's ultimate moonshot. Tallahassee Open, 1974. Mike Reeser makes the cut, then spends the evening horseback riding, and crashes. Torn shoulder, ribs, knee, but he refuses to withdraw, needing the exemption for next week. One-handed, using mostly a 5-iron, he shoots 123 on Saturday and 114 on Sunday, a total of 381, 93 over par, the highest 72-hole score in PGA Tour history. He never played the next week, but his grit became legend. The Open Championship, 1983. Hale Irwin stands over a simple tap-in. He walks up, backhands it casually, and completely misses. It counts. He finishes 1 shot behind Tom Watson. Later, Irwin calls it the costliest mistake of my life, the shortest putt. with the biggest consequence. Uplands Golf Club, British Columbia, 1973. Arthur Thompson, born in 1869, walks the course at age 103 and shoots a 103 on a regulation layout. Guinness still lists him as the oldest man ever to shoot his age. He passed away 2 years later at 106. The record still stands, a tribute to endurance, spirit, and love of the game. 1976. A crane operator from England, Maurice Flitcroft, dreams of playing in the Open. No experience, no handicap, just audacity. He declares himself a professional and sneaks into Open qualifying. The result? A 121, the worst score in Open history. He's banned for life, but returns under fake names and disguises, determined to keep chasing the dream. Maurice didn't just play golf. He played with the rules of golf itself. A legend not for greatness but for guts, proving sometimes the dream is bigger than the score. John Daly never did anything quietly. A two-time major champion with power and chaos in equal measure, over the years he's withdrawn from tournaments for injuries, frustration, and pure defiance. In 2019, denied a card at the Open, he walked away. In 2007, he quit after 2 holes at the Honda Classic. Daly's did not finish list reads like a roller coaster. Wild, unpredictable, unforgettable. Because for John Daly, golf was never just about finishing. It was about living it his way. Lydia Ko didn't just arrive, she took over. At 15 years old, she won the Canadian Women's Open, becoming the youngest LPGA winner in history. By 19, she already had 10 titles. Calm, mature, and impossibly consistent, she turned pressure into poise. In a sport where most chase their first win for years, Ko collected them like they were routine. A generational talent rewriting what teenage brilliance could look like. Kiowa Island, 2021. The wind howls across the ocean course, but Phil Mickelson stands calm. At 50 years, 11 months, and 7 days, he fights through a field half his age. A bunker shot sparks belief. An eagle chance ignites the crowd. He closes with history, the oldest major champion ever. The scene on 18 becomes chaos and celebration. A crowd swallowing the course and its hero. Mickelson didn't just win a tournament. He defied time itself. 2018 Masters. Defending champion Sergio Garcia stands on the par 5 15th. His ball finds the water, then again, and again. 5 shots, 5 splashes, a nightmare unraveling in real time. He signs for a 13, tying the worst single-hole score in Masters history. Augusta is beautiful but never merciful. Even for its champions, April 2024, Tiger Woods steps onto Augusta National, scarred, rebuilt, and still standing. Against surgeries, rehab, and a near-fatal car crash, he makes the cut for the 24th straight time, passing legends Gary Player and Fred Couples. It's not about victory anymore. It's about presence, survival, legacy. Even when Tiger doesn't win, he still finds a way to belong. Augusta National's 12th hole, Golden Bell. 155 yards of swirling wind and shattered dreams. In 2003, Scott Verplank did the unthinkable, birdieing it 4 times in 4 rounds. On a hole that has broken champions, he found perfection. Every shot pure, every swing fearless. The hole known for nightmares gave him 4 straight dreams. 9 RBC Canadian Open. Mark Calcavecchia finds a rhythm no one can explain. Birdie. Birdie. Again. 8 in a row, a PGA Tour record. He doesn't win the tournament, but that streak becomes his masterpiece. Because golf doesn't always reward you with trophies. Sometimes it gives you moments that last longer than victory. Robert Allenby and Hal Sutton share a number no one else can match. 10 career holes in 1 on the PGA Tour. An ace is lightning in a bottle. They caught it 10 times. Skill, luck, timing, all colliding in a single swing. In a game built on inches, they found perfection 10 times over. The year 2000. Tiger Woods turns the season into a clinic. A scoring average of 67.79, the lowest in PGA Tour history. 9 wins, 3 majors. A 15-shot victory at Pebble Beach. It wasn't competition. It was domination. Tiger didn't just raise the bar, he moved it to a place no one else could reach. 20 records. Some born of brilliance. Others forged through heartbreak. Together they tell the story of golf, of how far the human spirit can go when the game pushes back. These are golf's unbreakable records. Timeless, fearless, and forever etched in green.